Chocolate Shoes and Wedding Blues by Trisha Ashley. Read by Julia Rounthwaite. Prologue, June 1945. Nancy had to walk quite a way to the red call box near the village green, then stand in an unseasonably cold wind, waiting for a large woman in a spotted headscarf tied turban fashion round her head to stop talking and come out, before she could place the call to her sister. "At last! What kept you?" Violet exclaimed. "Never mind that now," Nancy said tersely. "I'm in the phone box, so call me back. You're the one with all the brass." She dropped the black phone onto its rest, thinking that brass was something her sister had never been short of. But her latest scheme, well, that really took the biscuit. The phone rang almost immediately. "I was starting to wonder if you'd got my letter," Violet said. "Oh, I got it all right, and Mother and Father got theirs too. But what on earth are you thinking of, Violet? This mad plan of yours will never work." "Viola," her sister corrected her automatically. "And of course it will. Why shouldn't it?" "I can think of at least 5 reasons off the top of my head, and you might have asked me first." "We're sisters, so why wouldn't we help each other out of a sticky spot? And I've got it all planned. I'm going to rent somewhere quiet, where no one knows us, and in a couple of months you'll be home again as if nothing had ever happened and can put it right out of your head." "But something will have happened. And if I suddenly vanish like that, then reappear, don't you think there'll be talk? You know how rumours get around in the village?" "Oh, probably no one will notice," Violet said optimistically. "And if they do, they won't know. That's the main thing." "Vi, I can't let you do this. And don't you think your husband might have something to say about it when he finds out?" "No, we'll have to find another way." "Too late, because I've already written to Peter explaining everything, though goodness knows when he'll get the letter," Violet said triumphantly. Despite the recent VE Day celebrations, many men were still fighting out in the Far East, Violet's husband among them. "You've actually sent it? Without asking me first?" "Of course, because it was obviously the only way out of the situation, so you see we'll have to go through with it now. Peter will be fine about it when he comes home. I can twist him round my little finger," Violet added. "There's no fool like an old fool." "You shouldn't speak like that about your husband. You chose to marry a much older man when you were barely in your 20s, Violet. No one forced you." Nancy could almost see her sister shrug her thin shoulders. "So, when are you coming?" "Violet, we can't possibly do this. You're quite mad to even think it." "You mean you won't come, Nancy? You'll just tell Mother and Father the truth? Mother will probably have another stroke from the shock and the shame." "You've got Mother upset already, telling her you'd been ill again, and were going to convalesce somewhere quiet and wanted me to keep you company. She was all set to come down herself and look after you, but Father wouldn't entertain the idea for a minute," Nancy said. Their mother had suffered a mild stroke the previous year, and though she had made a good recovery, she was still not fully fit. "Thank goodness for that, but I didn't think he'd let her. I take it they're okay about you coming, though?" "Yes. In fact, they're so worried about you, they want me to go at once. They think you're a frail little flower since the pneumonia, though you only got that from gallivanting about in flimsy clothes in the evening with your fast friends, drinking too much." "Honestly, Nan, you sound more like 20 years older than me than 2. But the sooner you come down the better, because it's lucky no one's noticed anything yet. There's nothing to keep you there now, is there? I mean, you're not still seeing that American pilot?" "No, he's gone home, and anyway, we were just friends, really," Nancy said. Her fiancé had been killed in the early days of the war, and there hadn't been anyone serious since then. Not that Violet was likely to believe that. "Tell that to the Marines," she said now, rudely. "But I have,"
Sample complete. Ready to continue?